Hey y'all, Justin with Kayak Catfish. Well, in today's video, we're going to do a walkthrough of a brand new kayak. I'm going to take you through it front to back, go over all the features of it, show you how I've got it rigged up for catfishing, and just talk about what makes this kayak stand apart from other kayaks in its class. So without further ado, y'all, here it is. This is the Old Town Sportsman 120 Pro model. You can see just by looking at it, it is a very nice looking kayak, but it has some features that makes it really the ultimate customizable fishing platform for whatever style of fishing you do. We're going to go over all that. So right up here at the front, you'll see I've got the Minn Kota Terrova Kayak Edition motor mounted up here. And this is a 55-pound thrust motor. It's got all of those GPS features that us fishermen love. Spot lock, course heading, etc. But, you know, mounting a bow mount on a kayak, that's nothing new. People have been doing it for years. But Old Town has really knocked it out of the park with this, because in years past, if you wanted to put a bow mount on a kayak, what did you have to do? You had to buy expensive mounts and adapter plates, and then you had to drill holes in the kayak in order to put those on just so that you could secure the motor, right? Old Town fixed all that. So first off, they've beefed up the front here to be able to support the weight and also the thrust of the motor. So you're not going to have any worries about cracking plastic or anything like that. Second off, they've added threaded inserts in here. So that allows you to mount your quick release bracket of whatever motor, bow mount motor you're using directly to that without having to buy those adapter plates and drill holes. So it makes it not only a simple process as far as rigging goes, but also very fast. I mean, putting this bow mount motor on, it took like 5 minutes to do. Super easy and effective. Now, you'll also notice right here, they've got through-hole wiring access ports already up here. So if you want to run your motor cord, which I will eventually do, I haven't done it yet because I don't know exactly where I want to put the battery. You can put it up here in the front hatch. You've got a space here under the seat. The seat, as you can see, it sits really high. You've got a battery tie down spot here, or you can run it through to the back and you've got another battery tie down spot here with another through hole wiring port to run your wire out there. So you've got options in this thing, and being a cat fisherman, you know, I'm carrying either a big bait cooler or a live bait tank. So I have a lot of weight in the back of the kayak anyway, which will counterbalance motor weight, batteries, etc. So I'm gonna have to get a few trips in this thing with my normal setup and just kind of figure out where I want to put the battery. But when I do, I will eventually run that wire through here. And again, the hole is already drilled. You don't have to buy any through hole wiring kits. It's all included with the kayak. You've got them here. You've also got them back here in the cockpit on each side. So if you want to run wires to your graph, you can do so. I mentioned the one in the back. And there's also one here as well. So your transducer scupper here, you can run your wire up through it, which I've done. Put all that cord inside this front hatch and come back out to your graph here. It just keeps everything super clean. You don't have wires and cords going everywhere. And best of all, again, you don't have to drill and you don't have to buy extra accessories. Straight out the factory, it comes with all this. So anyway, moving back on the kayak, if you don't want to have this bow mount motor, you'll see a nice big front grab handle here with gear track in it. You've got a huge front hatch area, which I'll open up here. Mine's kind of full right now because I've got my motor battery and also another box there with just tackle and stuff, and then my fish finder battery in there as well. But nice big secure area there for your stuff. I mentioned the transducer scupper. So there's a transducer slot there to mount to your kayak, which allows you to run your cord up. But to put my graph on, you know, most people, they either put something on the gear tracks, which this kayak has a lot of gear tracks. These are aluminum. They're on both sides, the entire cockpit, and then you've got them there in the back as well. But for me, I kind of wanted the graph front and center in front of me and forward out of the way. That way I have all of this space. This kayak has a ton of floor space, which for me, being a cat fisherman and catching trophy-sized fish sometimes when I'm lucky, I need a place to put those when I land them, and I like having stuff in front of me and out of the way best I can. So this opens up all of this area. But I mounted this on just a, well, it's a 2x4, folks. Let's get right down to it. There's a lot of aftermarket kayak accessory companies. They make dashboards and cross beams and stuff, but for me, man, I've got scrap wood out there in my shed. I took a 2x4, spray painted it, you know, to make it look a little bit more cosmetically appealing, but cut it to size, drilled a couple holes so I could run a bolt through the gear track and just use some fancy furniture knobs there to secure it down. And that allows me a secure place to mount my graph that's forward, out of the way, and allows me to access this through-hole wiring port to keep all the wiring clean. And that is a Humminbird Explorer 9 model, by the way, for anybody who's wondering. Now, coming on back, I've temporarily put some rod holders here on the gear track mounts. I will probably move those up here on this board eventually, but for right now, I kind of want to get some trips in this thing and just see where exactly I want those rod holders, how comfortable it's going to be for me leaning forward, how far I need to reach, etc. If there's a piece of advice I could give any of you, if you're brand new to kayak fishing, when you get your kayak, don't permanently mount everything right away. That's something people oftentimes do, and then you get out on the water, you get a few trips in it, and you're like, well, I wish I'd put this here, or I wish I'd positioned that there. And so I try to keep everything kind of minimal in the beginning, and then make some changes after a few trips. So right now we've got these. I took these off my other kayak and put them on here just temporarily. But again, you've got this huge open floor space, and if you'll notice too, it's not just open, you know, seat to here, it's wide too. And that's important for somebody like me, a catfisherman. I oftentimes throw a cast net to get my bait. And so by being able to have my feet a wide distance apart, that gives me a more stable base to throw that net from, and makes it a lot more comfortable too from that aspect. Now, moving back, you got a nice comfortable seat, Old Town seats. They've been amazing for years, super comfortable. And this one sets up pretty high. So if you're a taller, long-legged person like me, I'm 6'1", that seat height is important for comfort when you're on the water for several hours. And with the stability of this kayak being as wide as it is, you can have a higher center of gravity by sitting up higher and not have any concerns of flipping, tipping over, etc. And having the higher seat, you can see you've got all of this space here for storage, which you could use for tackle, or again, it's got that battery tie down. If you want to put your battery under there, that's a possibility too. So however you want to rig this kayak for your style of fishing, it's completely customizable. Moving on back, of course, you've got the paddle holder here. You've got molded in rod holders, one on each side. Tons more gear track for any accessories you want to put back here, camera mounts, light poles, etc. You've got a huge tank area in the back, which that's something that as a catfisherman, again, I care about, because I'm carrying a big cooler or bait tank. This is a Yeti size 35, and it fits in here with plenty of room to spare. You can see I've got some room left up here up front for more storage. I've got a little space on the side if you want to put like a Plano tackle box down on each side. And then back here, if I choose to move the battery for the motor back here, I got plenty of space to do that as well. So tons of options with the size of this rear tank well. Now, moving on back, you can see Old Town has made it super easy to mount a stern mount motor as well. So if you would rather have a stern mount motor versus a bow mount, or if you really want to go crazy with it and put one of each, you can do so, because it's got the 4-hole pattern there, the power pole pattern, which is what most of the stern mount motors use to connect to kayaks these days. So remove those 4 bolts, put your mounting plate on there, and you are good to go. Simple, easy, takes just a couple minutes to install. Now, I've got the rudder kit put on here. Again, super easy to install this, and everything's external. You notice the rudder retract and deploy cords are here externally and on the side. You know, most pedal kayaks, everything is internal. So if you have any problem, you snap a line or whatever, it can be difficult to fix that, because you got to be inside the hole. You're reaching through places you can't see to try to repair stuff. With this model, everything's on the outside, so if you want to add on the rudder kit, everything's done for you, man. No holes to be drilled. You've got these pre-drilled inserts that make running the cord super easy. All your steering line cables here go through the hull. All of that's pre-done at the factory, so if you want to add on a rudder kit, you can do so. And again, those steering cables, they go up here to your foot pegs and allows you to, I don't have it deployed right now, but you can steer with your feet. So if you want to just put the motor, for instance, facing forward, run it, and then just steer with your feet and be hands-free, not have to operate the remote, you can do so. And then on this side of the kayak, you've got another removable plate here. So if you want to, for instance, run that battery cable through to put it under the seat there, you can do so. But that's it, man. That's kind of a basic walkthrough here. Kind of show you how I've currently got it rigged out, man. It's a pretty awesome platform, if you ask me. And I love the fact that, man, for somebody like me, I like fishing. I don't like rigging kayaks. And especially when you get a brand new kayak, I hate just drilling holes in it to mount stuff. So the fact that not only did they make it super easy for us to be able to mount the motors to it, but they've also beefed all this up. It's thicker, stronger plastic up here. Most kayak models on the market today, y'all, yes, people are mounting bow mounts to them, but the kayaks themselves, they're not designed for that. They're not designed for the weight, for the torque of the motor. So, you know, it could be problematic, you know, if you have get a crack in your plastic or whatever. So Old Town they really made that part simple. They're kind of forward-thinking company with everybody now going to the motors, both front and back. They made it simple. And for whatever style of fishing you do, you got plenty of options here to work with this thing. So I'm super grateful Old Town is allowing me the opportunity to try out this kayak. Again, this should be hitting dealers sometime soon. I was, of course, fortunate enough to get it a little bit in advance to get on the water, do some video work with it here so that that's ready to go when this thing launches. And I think it's going to be a big hit, man. I think when people in the general fishing population get access to this kayak, I think it's going to be a big hit for Old Town. So again, y'all, here it is. Old Town Sportsman 120 Pro with the Minn Kota Terrova and the Humminbird Explorer 9. Awesome, awesome kayak, y'all. So anyway, that's a wrap on this video. Next one you see on my channel, it'll be with this thing out on the water.